Hello, so this is an introduction to the Battlefield Basics series. So here you can see my new Battlefield 4 account, Blind Old Goth, which is on my new Origin account, and this version of Battlefield 4 is through Origin Access. That does mean that this is a digital deluxe version of Battlefield 4, and I've got 32 battle packs, which I'm not going to be opening. I've got a ton of gold battle packs, and then the Turtle, Orca and Fossil battle packs, which I think had a gun in each, didn't they? Can't remember now. And my next battle pack will be a rank 3 battle pack. So I'm not going to open all those. Maybe later in the series I'll do an opening of every single battle pack I've got, but I don't think so. If you look at the completion level, then most of it's blank, apart from you've got a few of the weapons you get at the start, including the AN-94, and I've also got the Groza 1, and then you've got the L85A2, Groza 4 and the Mare's Leg. Now they come from the Weapon Crate DLC, which is automatically loaded with Battlefield 4, and you get those guns, but I'm not going to be using them. I'm going to stick to using the classic guns for the classes. So for the assault class, I'm going to use the assault rifles. I'm not going to use the carbines when it comes to the engineer, so even though you unlock the carbines with the PDWs, I'm going to stick to the PDWs as I go along through the game, because carbines is just another tree and it gets a bit confusing as to, well, when should I go back to using a carbine, when should I use a PDW? So I'm just going to stick to the base guns. So that's going to be assault rifles, LMGs, PDWs and sniper rifles. So like the title says, I am going to stick to the basics of Battlefield. So basic weapons, basic pistols, and it's going to be the same when it comes to the maps. So if we take a look at server browser and have a look at the maps, then I've got some choices to make there, and the first one of those is, of course, because this is digital deluxe version of Battlefield 4, I actually have the China Rising DLC, but I'm not going to be using it. So I'm going to cross that one off the list. All I'm going to be using is what's available to a base copy of Battlefield 4. Now that does include Graveyard Shift, and it's going to include Operation Outbreak and Dragon Valley, because those are now available to anybody with a copy of Battlefield 4. And to make life easier, I'm going to cross off all the other DLCs so that they don't show up in the search results. Now this is limiting, but it does mean that no matter which version of Battlefield 4 you've got, even if it's the free playtime version that you can get on Origin, you'll be able to do everything that I show in the videos. You'll recognise the gameplay, you'll recognise the weapons, and there'll be no restrictions. So if I do an assignment, everybody will be able to do that assignment. You won't need DLCs, and you won't need any previous unlocks. Now when it comes to game modes, I am going to be slightly limited, just because of what game modes are currently being played and the lack of DLCs. So I won't be able to do Carry Assault, and I don't think I'll be able to do Chain Link because I haven't got those DLCs. So I'm pretty much going to stick to Conquest, Rush and Team Deathmatch on the whole. I might try out the different modes if I can get matches on them later on, but for the start we're going to stick to the basics. The only decision that I haven't really made is whether or not the gameplay is going to be edited or whether it's going to be full rounds. For that I'm going to have to experiment, so I'll do a couple of full round videos and I'll do a couple of edited videos at the start, and then you can decide which one you like better. Other than that choice, all the prep work for the series is done. So the next video you're going to see is going to be me starting Assault from scratch with a full round of Conquest on Siege of Shanghai. That way you'll get to see me playing the game, doing the live commentary. You'll be able to see what the audio quality is like, because it's not going to sound like this one does, and you'll also get to see if it's going to be too long, because it's going to be about half an hour long. So use the comments, let me know what you think about the format, and we can change and tweak it as we go along, and let me know what you think about the titles and the logos and stuff, because I kind of mishmashed them together from existing stuff. But that's it for this introduction. Thanks for watching.